Going to explain how statuses work. On the opening layout, each scene is given a status. This status is automatically calculated based on the data entered on the entry layout. So let's go to the entry layout. As you can see here, we're currently sorted not by scene but by part. And what this does is it gives us the part summary and the scene summary. Sorry, the part status and the scene status. So for instance, in scene 3 here, which has been shot in 3 parts, you can see there's a status for each individual part and then a status for the overall scene. This is the information that shows on the front or the opening list layout. So these statuses, if the scene was omitted, the status would be marked as omitted. Prior to shooting, the part would be marked as scheduled if it appears on the official schedule, or TBA if the part is yet to appear on the official schedule. Once a part is shot, it is then given a status of partial, complete, or additional. So this is the status of the scene at the time the part was shot. So for instance, in this scene, which has 3 parts, once the first part is shot, the scene is only partially complete, so it's marked as partial. Then on day 2, when the second part is complete, the scene or is shot, the scene at that stage is still partial. Then when the final part is shot, then the scene is complete, so the status is set to complete. So just to show you what that would be like as we're going through the shoot, we'd start off with scheduled, and you can see that the scene status is scheduled. So when the first part is shot, the status of the scene, let's go to the first one. So when the first part is shot, the status of the scene is now partially shot, so we set that to partial. Then on day 2, when the next part is shot, the scene is still only partially shot, so that also gets the status partial. You can see the scene status is partial. And then on the 3rd day, when the scene is when the 3rd part is complete or shot, the scene is complete, so then we add the status complete. And you can see the overall scene status is now complete. The important thing here is to make sure that you only ever have one part of a scene marked as complete. Never have multiple parts complete, or all the sums down here get out of whack. If you ever have a scene that is complete and then you go along and someone decides on a later date to do some additional shooting, a pickup for instance, rather than adding the scene as complete, we use the status additional, which means the scene was complete, but we've now shot additional footage. All this information here is summarized on the opening layout.